Thanks a lot, Donald. Goofy.
How will you fight without a weapon?
I know now I don't need the Keyblade. I've got a better weapon. My heart.
Your heart? What good will that weak little thing do for you?
Although my heart may be weak, it's not alone. It's grown with each new experience, and it's found a home with all the friends I've made. I've become part of their heart just as they've become a part of mine. And if they think of me now and then, if they don't forget me, then our hearts will be one. I don't need a weapon. My friends are my power.
Yo, what's going on, guys? It is the 20th anniversary of the Kingdom Hearts series and Kingdom Hearts 1 overall. March 28th, 2002 is when my world changed forever, the world of video games changed forever, and the world for so many of you changed as well. This series means the absolute world to me, and I just wanted to kind of come on here and talk about that game, the original game, the 20 years since then, the time in which I've grown this scraggly beard. I turned 25 this year, so I was 5 when I first played Kingdom Hearts. And I just kind of want to talk about Kingdom Hearts 1 and how far we've come since then, how far I've come, and where we're going next. So thank you guys initially for watching this, because there are going to be a lot of people sharing their memories with this game over the next couple weeks until the 20th anniversary event in Japan happens on April 10th. But thank you for letting me share mine. So let's get into Kingdom Hearts 1 and what that game meant to me. So I couldn't start this video off with any other video clip from the original Kingdom Hearts except for the My Friends Are My Power scene. I mean, the Kingdom Hearts series is an amazing series for a lot of reasons, but I think one of the most important reasons why that game has stuck with me and why this series has stuck with me as I've grown up is its focus on friendship and the power of friendship, and you know, keeping your heart strong and keeping the light in your heart burning bright. And I legitimately take this quote with me wherever I go. It's the lock screen on my phone. I have a picture of it hanging up at my desk at work. Every job I've had, I've taken that with me, and it's just something that I hold true. And I couldn't be where I'm at. I literally couldn't have accomplished everything I've been able to accomplish in life without my friends. And I feel like playing Kingdom Hearts and understanding that value and understanding the value of your friends and your family and your loved ones and holding those people close to your heart is something that I'm so glad that I learned at a young age playing these games. And it sounds simple. It sounds like, well, you could pick up these lessons from anywhere, but just the way it's presented in Kingdom Hearts, like that scene in particular, Sora loses the Keyblade. You have to fight without it for a little bit. You're literally fighting with a wooden sword and you can't do anything. But Sora realizes that he doesn't need a weapon to be able to fight. He needs to believe in himself because he knows his friends are out there pulling for him. And, you know, regardless of what you're going through in life and, you know, whatever I've been through, I just know that no matter what, if you feel like you can't do something, there's always going to be people, there's always going to be your friends that have your back. And in this case for Sora, it was Donald and Goofy being ready to jump back onto his side despite Riku currently possessing the Keyblade. And, you know, I just, that scene is so powerful. Sora regaining the ability of the Keyblade and getting it back because he believes in his friends, and he is, you know, overwhelmed by the power of friendship and keeping your light burning strong. And I that's just something that has stuck with me for these 20 years. And, you know, I'm really glad I did. I'm really glad I have that lesson. I'm really glad I have Kingdom Hearts to thank for, you know, being able to appreciate all the friends and family I have in my life that have kept me going strong. So let's wind the clock back 20 years ago. I looked way different 20 years ago. And, you know, I've carried a lot more from this series over the past 20 years than just, you know, my love and, you know, appreciation of my friends and keeping my light burning strong in my heart. It's playing this game. And I think I've told this story on this channel before, and I think a lot of people got into the series the same way. And at least in my case, I know a lot of people got into it because of this. Kingdom Hearts was originally picked up for me and my older brother because there were Disney characters in the game. And that was our interest in the game, was the Disney characters. Donald and Goofy were on the cover of the game, and, you know, on the flip side, you know, Hercules and Aladdin and Nightmare Before Christmas were all on the back cover of the game. And you know, it was just something that we really wanted to get into. And then the first couple hours of the game, you know, you go through Sora's, you know, Station of Awakening, like the deep dive to his heart, and you're on the stained glass pillars with the Disney princesses on there, and we're like, okay, like, when do we start seeing the Disney characters? And then you're doing chores on Destiny Islands, and I was 5 and my brother was 6, and, you know, like, Kingdom Hearts 1 is a pretty hard game for somebody to just pick up and play. I mean, it drops you in, and you have to do chores on the island and all these other things, and just the journey through Kingdom Hearts 1 was not point A to point B for me or my brother initially at all, because we were young. We were really young, and it was hard. It was a hard game. And for a while, it took us a while to get to Traverse Town. And, you know, Traverse Town is where we kind of stopped for a while. You get to Traverse Town, like, you keep walking through different doors as Sora, and a cutscene, like a mini, like, sort of cutscene, like, will play, like, it pans to another door as Sora's walking out of one, and Donald and Goofy come through other doors. And, like, me and my brother couldn't get past that. Like, we couldn't find the areas where we needed to go to find Donald and Goofy. I remember struggling with that and not being able to figure out how to find Donald and Goofy, and it took us a while. And I remember just being a little frustrated that we couldn't find Donald and Goofy, and it put us on hold with that game for, you know, for a decent amount of time. We eventually figured it out. We got through, we finished Twilight Town, we started getting to Disney Worlds, we got to Wonderland first, and then Deep Jungle with Tarzan, and then Olympus Coliseum comes after that. But, you know, I don't want to go ahead and rattle through, like, playing through those worlds and everything for the first time, because I feel like everybody's story is sort of the same. But, you know, let me get into my favorite Disney world and my favorite worlds in general and my least favorite worlds, and I feel like we're all going to meet in the middle on our least favorite world from Kingdom Hearts 1, and then sort of like the lasting legacy of those worlds and the gameplay from those worlds. So just rattle my 2 favorite worlds off the top, you know, just non-Disney worlds, Traverse Town and Hollow Bastion. Not only the main music from those worlds, but also just the aesthetic and the environment. Traverse Town is just a cool, like, night town city with arguably, like, the most relaxing soundtrack, like, ever. I mean, like, that Traverse Town theme is so just nice, peaceful. It perfectly matches the environment. I mean, Yoko Shimomura, goddess, we love her. Being, like, just Traverse Town is amazing. And then to complete the opposite, at the end of the game, when you get to Hollow Bastion, that music, ooh, I mean, the Hollow Bastion theme is an absolute banger. I mean, that is the one where, like, when Sora was in Smash and Hollow Bastion was his stage and the Hollow Bastion song came with it, like, I died. Like, that was awesome. I'll never forget my first time landing in Hollow Bastion, like, when you land, like, at the bottom of the Crystal Fissure, and, like, you know, that music starts playing. Oh, it's just the like, it is so awesome. And then after Traverse Town and Hollow Bastion as, like, my favorite non-Disney worlds in that game, and obviously there are a limited amount to choose from, I think my favorite Disney world from this game has got to be Halloween Town. Sora's outfit changing, and then just like the This Is Halloween theme playing throughout it, and Donald and Goofy's outfits changing as well, was kind of just the tip of the iceberg when it came to Disney immersion that these games provided. And, you know, I feel like this Sora, like, you know, seeing Sora have a different outfit and be in like kind of like a cooler, darker kind of Disney world was really interesting. And as a young kid, I just loved it. And that's the world I sort of look forward to the most when I replay through Kingdom Hearts 1. As time goes on, is going back to Halloween Town and playing through that world again. Because, you know, it's kind of difficult. There are some puzzles to it and stuff, and it's dark, and it's hard to kind of see and get around and stuff. The HD remixes have kind of fixed that, but I remember playing on the original PS2. It was impossible to see in that world if you were trying to play anytime before night. And when you were, you know, 5, 6, 7 years old trying to play PS2 late into the night, it wasn't always possible. So I just remember like fond memories of staying up later and trying to figure out all the secrets and the hidden chests and stuff like that, and the Trinity symbols in Halloween Town has always been awesome to me. My least favorite world in Kingdom Hearts 1, I think a lot of people are, you know, would probably agree. Actually, it's tied. Atlantica comes up as the number one. I mean, and it's nothing to do with Little Mermaid. I absolutely love the Little Mermaid movie. I love Ariel. I love the songs from Little Mermaid. I even love the you know, the rendition of Under the Sea that is the main theme of the world for Atlantica. But just the swimming aspect of it, and like enemies just started to get a little bit harder because you got deeper into the game at that point, and having to swim and stuff, like it just is a pain in the ass. Yeah, so Atlantica probably takes the cake for my least favorite world in Kingdom Hearts 1. And then Deep Jungle is probably a close second, and it's not because like I dislike Tarzan or anything like that. It's just Deep Jungle is backtrack the world, and, you know, having to climb the vines and jump on the hippos and do all this stuff when the controls in Kingdom Hearts 1 are a little finicky. Having to backtrack up and back and down and stuff and keep going through the Hippo Lagoon and falling and having to climb back up and going to literally every room in the entire world to save gorillas. It is just a lot of work. It's like, you know, I even like dislike going back to playing that one even above Atlantica on replays since then. But, you know, not only that, but then Clayton, the boss battle with Clayton, you know, before the HD remixes and you could skip cutscenes, which is a beautiful power, but back in the original game, you know, like just hearing not Clayton, like over and over again before you died in that fight between Clayton and the chameleon Heartless. Like, just Deep Jungle has a lot of bad memories associated from a young age. Like, I couldn't get past that world, and just that boss battle and backtracking and falling down the vines is just a bad memory from all the positive memories that I've got going on here. So Deep Jungle and Atlantica, those are my least two favorite worlds from Kingdom Hearts. That's a kind of positive, negative memory. Speaking of not being able to skip cutscenes, I mean, I mentioned the Clayton boss battle, but holy shit, the second Riku fight in Hollow Bastion, you know, where Sora goes like, there's no way you're taking Kairi's heart, and he like, we all know the one. Like, Sora runs up the stairs, Donald and Goofy get blocked off by the invisible barrier, and then, you know, the cutscene ensues. You find out that Riku got taken over by Billy Zane, and you know, then from there, and then after that, shortly after that, is the Maleficent Dragon boss fight, which, you know, I've done over and over again. Riku stabs Maleficent in the heart to release her heart, and then she turns into the dragon. Those boss fights held me up as a kid forever. I mean, like, I didn't beat Kingdom Hearts 1 until after I had beat Kingdom Hearts 2, because I went back after beating Kingdom Hearts 2 to go back and beat Maleficent's dragon. I did not finish Kingdom Hearts 1 before I finished Kingdom Hearts 2. I've told that story on this channel before too, but Yeah, I mean, that Maleficent Dragon fight is so hard. I mean, just like, and now it's easy because, like, as a kid, I didn't use summons. You know, I don't think a lot of people, like, just, you know, remember to use that feature of the game. But now you can do the Tinkerbell. Well, not now. You could have done it 20 years ago. But now I know that, like, you can, if you summon Tinkerbell and, like, use, like, stop magic during that Maleficent's dragon fight, it's like a cakewalk. I mean, like, there are videos of, on YouTube of people, like, finishing that fight in 30 seconds, and, like, 6-year-old me would freak out over that, because, like, I had no idea that was possible, but it is. And those two fights, like, you know, before Lingering Will and before Yozora ever even came about in these 20 years, the second Riku fight in Hollow Bastion and Maleficent's dragon fight, those were the two hardest fights for me ever. Lest we forget, Sephiroth in the Olympus Coliseum Platinum match. The introduction of Cloud and Sephiroth in this game is how I was introduced to those characters. And now, since then, I've grown to love Final Fantasy VII, both the original and the remake, and those characters, and how their story evolved into Kingdom Hearts 2, and the Sephiroth boss battle in Kingdom Hearts 2. And the original Sephiroth fight is really hard. And I, like, to this day, have only beat it, like, twice. But it took a long time. Like, it took a very long time. It certainly wasn't on the original PS2 version. It was on 1.5 on the PS3. I mean, I was like a fully grown teenager. Like, I could drive a car by the time I beat Sephiroth in Kingdom Hearts 1. Because that boss battle, oh shit. I mean, the smaller arena, and just the music and his moves and the amount of potions and stuff you need, and the amount of moves and the leveling you have to do off on the side to be able to beat him and, like, actually, like, do damage to him. Oh man. But yeah, I mean, another magical thing about Kingdom Hearts 1 that it did for me was it introduced me to Cloud and Sephiroth, and I mean, both just more awesome aspects of Kingdom Hearts 1. But from there, guys, I mean, we've got, you know, the expansion of the Disney worlds. We've got, you know, the history of difficult boss battles. I mean, you've got the Peter Pan clock tower boss, the Kurt Ziza in the desert in Aladdin, and you know, Sephiroth, and then the mysterious figure, which ends up being Xemnas from Final Mix. You know, Kingdom Hearts has a rep for having difficult bosses, and, you know, obviously where we're at now 20 years later, and Yozora has just absolutely taken all of our lunch money. That all started with Kingdom Hearts 1. And, you know, I mean, the idea of this game came about in an elevator. It was literally an elevator pitch in Japan. Disney and Squaresoft shared a building, and an elevator ride is the reason why this series came to be, and it's grown to become, you know, I mean, just a worldwide recognized title, and so much so that, like, now, you know, I mean, Disney has always been involved in the process, but now that, like, you know, the other day, in the Mickey Mouse spring special, the wonderful spring of Mickey Mouse on Disney Plus, like, the Kingdom Key D, Mickey's Keyblade, like, literally made an appearance in a Mickey Mouse cartoon. Like, it's grown from, it seemed like a very small community, something that, like, you know, I always seemed to be just like the Kingdom Hearts kid from where I was from, and now I've made friends, and I've joined an online community of a bunch of people that love this series, and we're excited to see what's next. And what's next, we'll find out in, you know, a couple weeks on April 10th. I already sort of talked about what I want from the April 10th event and what I expect to see from the 20th anniversary event on April 10th. But, you know, just to sort of reiterate, that the next phase of Kingdom Hearts, I just can't believe that we're about to enter, like, our third decade of Kingdom Hearts. Like, this time, this 20th anniversary, this is huge for so many people, and you know, the reason I'm making this video, the reason I've made any YouTube videos, like, about gaming and everything like that, has always been about Kingdom Hearts. Kingdom Hearts has always been my inspiration and my want to be able to make videos and be able to play games. And, you know, I've always been a gaming kid, and without Kingdom Hearts, I wouldn't be who I am. And so the fact that there is more to go with this series, the fact that there is a 20th anniversary event, the fact that there's going to be a Kingdom Hearts 4, the fact that there's going to be a Kingdom Hearts Yozora or whatever comes out, you know, is because so many people, you know, feel the way I feel about this series. This series and this game is more than just a game to me, and it's more than just a game to so many other people. To reiterate and to go back to the beginning, you know, we're all together. Our friends and our people in this Kingdom Hearts community, we're each other's power, and we keep each other going through all of this. And we all have a shared experience of growing up together, playing this series, and pushing it now on into its 3rd decade of existence. We all did that together. And to know that, you know, one day I hope I have kids of my own to be able to play these games with and show them these games. Like, well, I mean, I can wait a little bit longer before that, but, you know, I can't wait until I can, you know, keep this series and keep my feelings about it and keep everything going with the original Kingdom Hearts and, you know, everything that follows. So to wrap up my thoughts and to wrap up my, you know, kind of ramblings about Kingdom Hearts series and you know, Kingdom Hearts 1 in general, it's just, I can't say thank you enough to Tetsuya Nomura and Disney and Square Enix and, you know, my mom for buying me the game, my dad for getting my PS2, and, you know, I mean, like, and Santa Claus for getting me my first Keyblade, this 25-pound metal sword, when I was, like 8 years old, like, is when I got that. Like, you know, everything about this is not gonna lay down on its own. Everything about this series, like everything that I've been through in life, this series has been there for me. And, like, I legitimately cannot thank Disney, Square Enix, my mom, dad, everybody, my friends for being my power, everybody in the Kingdom Hearts community for all of us having this shared experience. I cannot thank anybody enough for, you know, I wouldn't be who I am without this series. And the fact that it's been around for 20 years, a majority of my life, I've cared about this series, I've followed the series, I've played this series, and I've replayed Kingdom Hearts 1 so much. You know, it all started 20 years ago, and I can't thank anybody enough for, you know, helping me be me. And I hope a lot of people feel the same way about this 20th anniversary, because this Kingdom Hearts train is going to keep on rolling. You know, this mysterious train on the Twilight Town station, I know that's Kingdom Hearts 2, but it's going to keep on going. We've got so much more Kingdom Hearts, because hopefully the next video I'm making for you guys is about Kingdom Hearts 4, or whatever comes out of the Kingdom Hearts 20th anniversary event on April 10th, and, you know, I know we're all looking forward to that, but let's take another couple of days to kind of, you know, reminisce and enjoy our experience from Kingdom Hearts 1, because, wow, 20 years. It's so special. It's awesome. So, all right. Thank you guys so much for watching. I appreciate you guys, too, for watching. Please comment below. Let me know your favorite Kingdom Hearts 1 memories, your least favorite Kingdom Hearts memories. Let's all get into Kingdom Hearts 1 or the Kingdom Hearts series. What does it mean to you? Please let me know. I want to read your thoughts. I appreciate you guys listening to mine, so I want to hear yours. And thank you all again, and I hope the next time you see me, we're talking about the next phase of Kingdom Hearts. But for now, let's keep celebrating Kingdom Hearts 1. All right, thank you guys so much for watching, and until next time, I'll catch you guys later. Peace. Happy anniversary, Kingdom Hearts.